Hey, all happy Monday. I'm going to just come out with it right out of the gate here. You're going to have to bear with us a little bit today for the video. We've been on a weeks-long stretch of barrel picks. We've been here and there and everywhere. We've been through monsoon rains, plane cancellations, flight cancellations, delays, just crazy stuff through our whole week. And through the week, Trenton ended up getting sick on top of it all. He's got some cold action going on.
Lovely.
Yeah, I gave him a hug. It didn't seem to matter, though. It didn't seem to matter, did it?
No.
Probably pissed you off more than anything else.
I'm not really a hugger per se. So bear with me mostly. I'm going to be doing my best this video. I'm absolutely exhausted. I can hardly taste or smell. I definitely can't smell. My right ear is still clogged from the plane. I can't hear anything out of my right ear.
Poor guy.
So what we got to do what we got to do.
We didn't get home till like, what was it, 1 o'clock in the morning?
Yeah.
Our flight was delayed. And by the time we got to O'Hare Airport, I don't know who traveled or who was traveling around last week or recently, but with the shortage of air traffic controllers and everything that's going on in that realm or that world, plane flights are just in an upheaval. The amount of people that we saw at O'Hare, I felt so sorry for all of them. I mean, hundreds and hundreds of people trying to get in line to figure out what they're going to do because their plane was canceled. They missed their connection flights.
Yeah.
It was just a mess. It was just a complete mess. So anyways, but we made it back. I was a little late, and that doesn't bode well for me either. Because how about you? If I get home like at 1 o'clock, if I had to go to bed like 1 or 2 in the morning, my internal alarm clock goes off same times, 6, 7. I laid in bed till 8, but
mine usually
it just kept rolling around. By 6, I was like, okay, get up. And it's just I have a hard time sleeping in. Basically.
Mine usually does. I NyQuil'd myself to sleep, and I've been getting up at like 4:30, 5 o'clock every day for the past couple of years now. I slept until 11 today.
I know. I texted him something around 9:30. I thought that gave enough time to sleep, but. Yeah, you got back to me.
Yeah, and I'm still ready. I didn't even shower last night. I just probably smell. We're a mess up here. Anyways.
I'm doing my best. You might smell a little bit. I'm not going to say one way or the other, but...
I can't smell. I don't know why I'm smelling myself.
All right, we got a good bottle to talk about, though. Trenton's going to do his best to get through it. I'm not sure what kind of tasting notes he's going to give today. But our good buddy Brandon helped us to get this Blue Note Wheater that came out, and I'm really happy that he did because... It's another one that's kind of in that somewhat budget category. It's where we're at right now, the world that we live in now. Back when we started the channel, that would have to be in that $20 to $30 category. Yeah. It's kind of not that way anymore. Yeah. This one is roughly going to be around $40 to $45, which I think is actually a good price for the bottle.
I think so.
Yeah, so Brandon, thank you for helping with that. Brandon's such a good dude. He's been one of our patrons in our community family for so long. The only bad part about Brandon, he is a Milwaukee Brewers fan. Yeah, it's okay,
Is that
Brandon.
a bad thing?
Not really for him, though, because they're cooking. They're cooking this year. They're actually they've been stomping the Cubs over the last few years. Oh, well, they're in the same division. Brandon, so he's actually got the upper hand in this whole conversation.
Sports don't matter. Brandon, you're a great guy. Thank you for sending this.
Yep.
Blue Note. We've done a couple picks with Blue Note, and they discontinued their River Set Ryes. Then they just do it under the Blue Note Rye label, the Honey Rye. We've reviewed quite a bit of their products. We've done 2 barrel picks with them.
Yeah,
and they're great folks over there.
Sure.
We haven't done a barrel pick with them in about 3 years. I don't know if the same crew is still over there or not, but haven't talked about them in a minute.
On my phone, I have a couple of statistics here for those of you that keep track of that. This is sourced from Green River, which is actually a good thing in my opinion. Proofed at 101. It is aged at least 4 years. The mash bill is 70% corn, 21% wheat, 9% malted barley. And as I mentioned before, you should be able to find this somewhere between $40 and $45 now. Let's see what we got here, Trent. I think some of the trouble they might have with this bottle is that you are stepping into territories with pretty stiff competition.
Mainly
makers.
That
$40 to $45, that 101 proof. There's several different ways to go there that, might have a little difficulty. But we'll see. Might be fantastic. I don't know.
I feel like in years past I would have said, wheated, we're going straight after. I don't know that makers would have been at the top of my list for wheaters. I probably would have gone like the Weller route.
Yeah.
But now I can't tell you the last time I just had Weller's Special Reserve. There's so many other things that I think I prefer a little bit more.
Understood.
I'd be curious to try this against Weller's Special Reserve.
Yeah.
Maybe we'll do, man, I always bring up blinds. Maybe we'll do a blind with this included in it.
You always bring it up.
Maybe we'll do a blind with this included in it
Well,
and
we'll
see with some other, like the Maker's 101 and Weller's Special Reserve. And
100%. You can in that price category too. You kind of get into the Michter's bourbon territory too.
You do. Yeah.
You know what I mean? There's some.
I always forget about those.
Some pretty good selection of bourbon in that category. I don't know how you're doing along with your illness there, but I'm getting really nice vanillas on the aromas right off the bat.
It's really sweet vanilla,
Very sweet,
and that's all I get. Anything you guys probably usually take what I say with a grain of salt, anyways. Especially take it with a grain of salt this video because I'm operating at like 20% nose capacity.
Well, you're kind of getting to my territory because of my surgery.
Maybe we're on this. Maybe it's an even playing field today. Then I don't know.
No, it's not that bad for me.
No, it's really sweet vanilla. I get a little bit of a nice honey note personally, and then there's no oakiness in this really at all.
No, that was my follow up with what Trenton's got to say. There's really no bitterness in here. There's no oakiness in here. It's all relatively sweet stuff. I love that you came up with the honey thing too. Yeah. Vanilla is predominant. So
do you get a bit of ethanol on this?
Not really. I don't really.
Okay, that's probably just me today then.
Okay, let's see what we got.
And that's where my review stops because I did not even taste.
Are you kidding me?
Yeah.
You got nothing, huh? I'm sorry, bud.
It's I'm
taking another sip.
I mean, I'm getting the Kentucky hug, I guess, but you're gonna get that whether you can taste or not. So, I don't have, unfortunately, much to say about. Well, okay, maybe I get a little bit of an oak influence in there, but in terms of anything that was sweet on the nose, like the honey or the vanilla, I don't get any of that.
Yeah, for me, Trenton, I get that vanilla right in the front of the palate. The middle of the palate then trends toward the wheat grain or some kind of grain note, but a decent one, not obtrusive. When I get towards the back, it does get some of that oak influence, and gets a little bit. I don't want to say bitter. It just gets a little bit of a weird oak note for me on the back end. I'm gonna take another sip, see if it changes or does anything different for me.
I was gonna ask you if it was a little bit dry on the back, because I can even taste. There's something going on at the tail end of that. And again, take what I'm saying with a grain of salt.
Yeah.
But I do get there's something on the end that is either leaning tannic or a little bit bitter or drying or there's a little bit more oak influence that was not at all present on the palate for me.
Or on the nose, yeah.
Really 100%. on the back half of the palate. It's just kind of lingering for me.
Generally speaking, Trenton's right on the money there. The last sip mirrored my first couple of sips. I do still get a little bit of that sweet vanilla on the front. Goes a little bit of a grain note in the middle, and it gets pretty tannic on the back end and dry. I wouldn't really say it's bitter.
Okay.
It's more tannic. That's a word I couldn't think of a little earlier when I was trying to explain it to everybody. My disappointment a little bit on the palate. I think it's fine. Let's just put it. I think it's fine. If somebody poured this for me, I would not complain about it whatsoever. I think it's fine. I'm a little disappointed that the sweetness that we found on the aromas didn't really follow suit that well on the palate. I was wishing for more of that really nice vanilla, maybe even getting to some kind of that vanilla icing type thing going on, and that honey maybe might appear, but it's like there and it's gone, and it's just not that sweet of a pour. The sweetness is missing a little bit for me.
I was really excited based on what I could get on the palate or on the nose, what I could get on the nose. I was really hoping that would transfer.
Yeah.
And I mean, I still say we still do. One thing I can speak to this though, because I can't actually get this element, is the mouthfeel. I think the mouthfeel is quite nice. I think to me it's pretty velvety. I wouldn't say it's like super creamy or super rich or anything like that, but I think the mouthfeel it coats very nicely. It's just kind of staying there. It's not thin by any means. And I like that aspect of it. I'll say that.
Yeah, I agree with that.
Yeah.
I wasn't. It didn't reach out to me, and as far as the mouthfeel, and it didn't say it's bad. I don't like it, but also I didn't. It didn't open my eyes and say, "Wow, that's nice and creamy. That's some viscous whiskey." So it's okay. I guess that's the way it is. I'm gonna leave it at that. It's okay.
I would be curious, guys. Please, maybe we'll do this on Friday, unless you have some other plans that we hadn't talked about already. Okay. And provided that I can actually participate with some level of non-sickness. But I feel like if we toss in like a Maker's 101, if we toss in like a Weller Special Reserve, I don't know that I would put like an antique against it. That's kind of unfair.
Yeah,
because that's just a different caliber. But a couple other wheated bourbons, and just really see where this one lands. I'm curious from the standpoint of how they went about this, because you do have some massive companies doing really, really well executed wheated bourbons, like Maker's Mark, like Buffalo Trace and those. And then they come out with this. I'm curious to see kind of where that lines up in those, and if this is something that you purchase instead of some of those other ones. Now, especially that it's on the shelf. You said this is 101 proof.
Yeah, 101 proof. I like the proof point.
Unfiltered. Okay.
Yeah, unfiltered. I don't know. Everything on the labels look good to me.
Yeah.
I really wanted to try this. I really wanted to get it out in front of y'all. So I saved it till this date when we got back, because I figured it was a no-brainer. We'll just put this out here and see what it's like. I like the proof point. I like it's a wheated. It's unfiltered. I liked everything about what I saw, but unfortunately, it just didn't transfer that well for me. It's okay. Leave it at that. Hey, if you had it, I'd like to know what your thoughts are. If you think that I'm crazy, don't attack Trenton, because he's just doing the best he can.
Attack me anyways if you want. You guys always do anyways.
He's kind of used to it. But
it's fine.
If you disagree with me, I'd like to know, truthfully. But if you have it, appreciate your thoughts. All right, that's all I got for you today, guys. As always, we ask you to please drink responsibly.
We have a live stream this Friday.
Ooh, we do?
Look, yeah, we do.
Are you sure?
I'm pretty sure.
I don't know if that's true or not, Bub.
I might have lied.
I think you lied. It's okay. It's actually the 31st.
I lied. I'm sorry. Disregard. I'm glad we said it at the end. I lied. Ooh, it's on Mom's birthday.
Who?
It's on Mom's birthday.
I know. Listen, we'll pop this out her now because she's not down here. I don't know what her plans are.
Yeah.
And I'm not going to restrict her. Well, she don't listen to me anyways.
Yeah, that's true.
She walks to the beat of her own drum, and that's good. That's fine. But I hope she comes down here, because I want to do some special things with you all on the live stream for her birthday.
Yeah.
The 31st is her actual birthday date.
Yeah.
So keep that in mind. If you have any ideas on that, let us know in the comments too, if you're still around.
Please do.
All right, guys, I'm going to start this all over again. That's all I got for you today. As always, we ask you to please drink responsibly, and we'll see you next time right down here with Trent and me in the good old basement bourbon bar. See you later.